Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the Marvel Legends Allfather series, Scarlet Witch. So yes, here we have Scarlet Witch. She was the one I was most interested in this series, and therefore she is the one that I picked up first. I intend to get a few more figures from this series, but she was the most important one. She is very, very nicely done. She is, in my opinion, much better than the Toy Biz version, which I never personally decided to get. But she is very, very cool. Nice articulation, cool little accessories, and of course a piece of Odin. So, yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here you can see Scarlet Witch. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Scarlet Witch and Iron Man are about the same height. Scarlet Witch actually looks like she might be a little bit taller. That might be positioning, or it might just be because of the heels, I guess. I don't know, but they're roughly the same height. And of course she is bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. Now let's get the other two out of here and just look at Scarlet Witch. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Scarlet Witch. Just a quick side note. She is kind of difficult to stand up. Her cape and the fact that she's got on heels makes it... she's just very difficult to balance. That's why she's kind of leaning on her cape right now. Either way, that's just a side note. Outfit-wise, she's got on her standard sort of red and pink outfit. Really long red gloves. She's got on her kind of corsety kind of chest piece, which is red. And then she's got on some pink sort of stockings, and then thigh-high red boots, which are high heels. Her hands are in sort of casting, mystical kind of position. And then she's got her big cape there in the back, which is nicely detailed. It's a vaguely soft material, but it's not really rubbery. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on her head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Scarlet Witch is not anything special. She's not hideous, but she's not, like, amazing or anything. She's got her little red crown thing. I guess it's a crown. I don't really know what you call it. And then she's got brown hair. Her head seems a bit big to me. I don't know. It seems slightly out of proportion. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. You can leave that up to your own eyes to decide. Other than that, her eyes seem to be painted fairly decently. She's got on red lipstick, and her face is fairly bland and generic other than that. Now, let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Scarlet Witch is pretty standard Marvel Legends articulation. Ball peg head, rotates, goes forward and back. Her hair gets in the way a bit. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back. Elbow rotation and hinge, so no double joints there. Pretty standard for female figures. Wrist hinge and rotation, decent. Ball peg here in the diaphragm, so that's pretty good. Hips go in and out, forward and back. They're a bit limited in going out. I don't know why they do that with female hip joints. It confuses me. Hip cut there, double jointed knees, and hinge and pivot in the ankles. You can get her into pretty much any pose you really need to. Now, Scarlet Witch does come with some accessories as well as a piece of Odin. So let's go ahead and look at that. Accessories-wise, Scarlet Witch comes with these two spell circles that you can put on her wrists. They're pretty cool, and I like the idea behind them. I wish they fit on her wrists a little bit tighter. They kind of roll around a bit whenever you put them on, so they're not great. But it's a cool idea. I believe they're also going to use them for the upcoming Marvel Legends Doctor Strange that's supposed to be in an upcoming wave at some point. As for the pieces of Odin that Scarlet Witch comes with, she has the head, cape, and spear. That spear has a name, but I can't remember what it is right now. Odin's head looks pretty good. He's got the big beard, eye patch, cool helmet, all that stuff. Cape's blue, and it's got little clasps there at the top. It looks like it pegs into his back, and it looks like his head will attach to a ball peg. So that'll be cool, very useful for completing Odin, which I need to do in the future. Now that wraps it up for Scarlet Witch and all her accessories, let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Scarlet Witch comes in the standard for Marvel Legends packaging nowadays. Build-A-Figure Allfather, Marvel logo there, big window. Marvel Legends Infinite Series, Maidens of Might, because Hasbro's too cheap to make individual packagings for their figures nowadays. On the back you get a picture of Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel, which are the two different figures that can come in this particular kind of packaging. Captain Marvel would come with the King Thor head instead of the Odin head, though. And then down there at the bottom you have pictures of the other figures that are available, as well as Build-A-Figure Odin/King Thor. Got Iron Fist, Machine Man, Sentry, Hawkeye, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Scarlet Witch. I definitely want to get Machine Man, Sentry, Hawkeye, and Scarlet Witch, which I've already gotten. And then I'll probably just end up getting the rest of them to make Odin, which would be leaving out Captain Marvel, I think. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Scarlet Witch. Alright, that wraps it up for Scarlet Witch, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.